What it do, people? People of planet Earth, greetings. How art thou? Today I'm accompanied by our family dog, so if you hear any lapping, that is what you were hearing, is my dog. Now, yeah, I actually took my beauty filter off so you guys can get the raw experience, up close and personal, of this Get Ready With Me. A lot of times you'll find me wearing these stickers on my forehead so I don't get freaking 11 lines. I just find those so hideous. That's kind of dramatic, but they are really hideous. I don't know. I'm starting out with my usual blankety MAC lipstick as my bronzer. Or would it be blondour? Because it's like blush contour. Perhaps. We get some A1 since day one's on here. Where y'all at? Where are my people at? Where are my people at? Welcome. Welcome to today's Get Ready With Me live and in the flesh. 3D physical holographic universe that we reside in. Something that was interesting me interests me as of lately is the fact that, y'all, we are actually on a spaceship. Technically we are on a rock that's flying through the galaxy. So technically we're actually on a spaceship. Isn't that weird? It's like weird to think about. And yet the government and transnational crime organization, what have you, is like, oh, UAPs unidentified. Bruh. They're not unidentified, and if you're gonna say that about extraterrestrial vehicles, you might as well say that about planet Earth, because technically planet Earth is also a vehicle. So is planet Earth unidentified too? Since we're essentially doing the same thing, floating through space, well, flying through space on a rock. Interesting. Thank y'all for joining. Put some hearts, throw up some hearts in the chat. You know, let's get some exposure on the truth of the matter of this life that we're in together. I don't like that sound. I don't know. It's very much so not appealing to my senses. Another weird thing I've been thinking about lately is, you know, I read a lot of spiritual texts. I read spiritual this, spiritual that, everything unseen. And a lot of these books talk about cosmic mind. Cosmic mind is a really interesting concept because cosmic mind is essentially running on every single scale from the micro, macro to the multi, whatever, cosmic mind. So if you think about your own brain and how your brain works and all the different networks, neurons, everything wiring and firing together, and then you take that concept of your own mind and you pop that out into the stratosphere. You pop that concept of your mind and how it works and functions into 3D reality, 3 to 4D reality of things that we can see. And the mind, if everything is cosmic mind, everything is firing and wiring together on a scale that, if you think about your own body, you don't even know when you're breathing really, unless you're focusing on your breath. You're just breathing. Things are happening within your body that start in the mind, and they're happening simultaneously with all these different systems. They're just working. Now, that's not to say some people aren't sick and they have some systems that aren't working, but for the most part, your mind is just working your body systems flawlessly. And your mind knows all the intricacies and is sending signals here and there, and everything's functioning properly. So you take these concepts, and I want you to really think about plopping these out into your 3D physical. You could start on a small scale, and you can think of cosmic mind. Since cosmic mind is everything, think of cosmic mind within your own home. Everything that's functioning within your own home, that just functions. Life is happening right within your own home. Everything is alive, to include anything that's physical matter, because we all know, like and trust and understand, physical matter is light slowed down. Light isn't, you can't really grasp light, but when it slows down, you can grasp it. Now, what I'm trying to say here, to the effect of understanding what is cosmic mind, it's very similar to how our own bodies and minds work on an individual level. You just got to cast that concept out into the cosmic level. Bifurcation, everything kind of branching out but still working together. I don't know, it's a weird concept to think about. I guess, going a deeper layer into this concept of cosmic mind, how things function without your understanding up front, but in the background there is understanding, should we choose to tap into that knowing. What I'm trying to say, I guess, to sum up this concept of cosmic mind is, for example, you move a location. You move. You physically move. Okay. You physically move locations. Whether that be going to get a coffee, or whether that be actually relocating your entire existence somewhere else. From point A to point B, okay? So you get to point B. From point A to point B, guess what? Cosmic mind has actually agreed. You're like, no, I'm the one who did it, this and that. Well, yes, that is true too. Individually and collectively, though, everyone has agreed to that. So if you think about that, let's go with the physical location. You move from point A to point B. You physically move, you take all your belongings and you move. Well, when you move, the thing that actually happens is you're not the only person who has agreed to that. Cosmic mind has. So that means everyone in the universe has actually agreed to you physically moving from point A to point B. So both things are true simultaneously. You have agreed to move from point A to point B, but also the cosmic mind, which means everyone in that area, to include just everyone in the cosmos and everything that's consciousness, which is everything. Some things don't have intelligence, like this chair doesn't necessarily have intelligence to make decisions, but it has consciousness because it is light slowed down. Light is consciousness. Now, yeah, so what I'm trying to say is, you ever feel like, oh, like maybe I'm alone in this or that? You're never alone, because cosmic mind has actually agreed to whatever you're doing. whether that be the good, the bad, or the ugly. So you could look at that scale too of like, okay, why do bad things happen, and why would cosmic mind agree to that? Well, it's because when you're trying to reach perfection, you're gonna have imperfections that pop up. It's all trial and error. So why does cosmic mind agree to nasty things? Why do we within cosmic mind all agree to these nasty things that are happening? It's to make actual change and actual correction. Because we have the pendulum, and when you have a pendulum, you have two sides, the extreme side of good and the extreme side of bad, and you're trying to get to equilibrium. Any system that works properly and works very well is at its equilibrium, and therefore it runs smoothly and effectively. So think of us, cosmic mind, as one big large system that is always striving to move towards equilibrium. And no matter what, you're still going to have here and there outstretches on one side of the pendulum or the other, where we need to get to equilibrium of balance. And unfortunately or fortunately, there's two sides of the pendulum of, evil or good. So what I'm trying to get at here, guys, is effectively and essentially everything is agreed upon, to include death. And no matter what it is, it's been agreed upon in the cosmos to happen at specific said time and place. Now, there are many parallel realities that can unfold, this and that. It's just like the network within your own brain, right? Like when you think about your brain thinking about your brain. It's kind of like us thinking about God, because we're fragments of God, but we're not actual source in God. Like, think of God as the brain, and then everything else in between is consciousness effectively rolling out exactly what the brain says it needs to roll out to get everything back into balance, all systems and processes into some type of sort of cosmic equilibrium. Yeah, I don't know. I guess what I'm trying to say is it's quite beautiful to think about, because you might think that a lot of times your decisions are your own, and they are to an effect, but they're also tied in to cosmic mind, which is everyone's deciding all these things at once together. But you don't really think about these things because, you'd have system overload. It's like a cell, a biological cell within your own body is focused on its exact tasks within the energy that it has of what it needs to do to unfold equilibrium within your body systems. And you have all these different systems, right? But that one cell is focused on its specific task and system, like to find that equilibrium. So you could think of yourself kind of like that. It's like a yes and. Both are true, the individual and the collective. If I didn't have my body, my tissues, my little cells, biological cells, would be gone. But since I have my body, my biological cells are operating. So, yeah. I don't know. Is that making any sense? I actually kind of do know, and it does make sense. Be interested to hear if any of you guys have any questions. Pop them into the comments or the chat, or on any of my platforms I post this on. Give me some questions, comments, concerns. But yeah, start to think about everything you see in your 3D reality as cosmic mind. Literally everything you see. What is good, Kaden? You're A1 since day one. Let's go. I don't know if you heard that breakdown, but I just kind of gave like a really big breakdown of what cosmic mind means. It's a little intense, but it's really cool. It's just basically what you have going on in your own biological system is the same thing that's happening in your 3D. Like, exactly the same. Pretty neat to think about. And I'll post that. I'm gonna post this on my channels. But yeah, it's so bizarre. Like, our brain is kind of like the God source, and then our body is kind of like all the different lights of consciousness throughout all the different planets and universe, the whole entire universe. So yeah. Someone needed to hear everything I just spilled. I just spilled some beans. I just spilled some beans, cosmic beans, on how this universe kind of works and functions. Yeah, and then even in our own bodies, we have our immune system, which goes and breaks down anything that might try to falter towards an extreme on that pendulum, like I was talking about earlier. Everything is always looking to get back into balance, whether it be internally on the smallest scale, or whether it be globally or multi-globally on the largest scale. Yeah, exactly. Both are true. Both are true. A lot of times, Kaden, what you need to think about is yes and. Because we love to try to compartmentalize things, but a lot of times it's both. Like, yes and. Think yes and, because you need balance, as above so below. So if it's happening on one end of the scale, it's going to be happening on the other end of the scale. And the equilibrium is where every system and process tries to get to, because the equilibrium is going to be the most efficient. And that's what the universe wants, is efficiency. Like your own body is extremely, extremely efficient. Extremely efficient. So, yeah. Always think yes and. That and both are true. There is God and there is autonomy. Both are true. A lot of times we like to fight about, oh, there's either God or autonomy. No, it's yes and. Yes and. Both are true. Pretty cool to think about. It's pretty neat. It's pretty neat if you ask me. Yeah. Quote, in an outie belly button type sheet. Yes. That is true. Like, yes and. Yes and. The more we can say yes and, the better off we'll be, because, for example, I mean, if I love politics, even though it's a very primitive thing to have in a society, it's barbaric, honestly. Politics is barbaric. But I do love them because it's entertaining and this and that. I mean, with politics, both are correct. Yes and. Democrat and Republican. What is most correct is equilibrium, right? How can we get to equilibrium where a human is a human is a human? For example, I lean more towards Republican just because I don't have issues with authority or identity. But when you look at Democrat, they have a lot of things that are true. Yes and. The yes and with Democrats is planet Earth is planet Earth, and we are all human beings. So you can't have this, oh, aliens. Aliens ain't a thing. If you were on planet Earth and you were born on Mother Gaia, you belong here. To include, if you were born in general, you belong. Doesn't matter where, what planet, this or that. You're born in the sky, on a freaking spaceship, whatever. It doesn't matter where you were born. Your consciousness, you belong. Consciousness belongs. So that's another yes and. It's like, it's true that we need to protect ourselves and have some type of authority where we're like, okay, we don't want to be surrounded by monsters, but then again, these monsters are just consciousness asking and begging to be healed. And how do we heal? Well, there are many modalities of healing. Instead of just sending them back to this or that, or like killing them or this or that, like, you're not getting rid of the problem, you're only temporarily masking the problem. What would actually get rid of any of these problems of criminals is proper healing modalities. And a lot of times that has to do with vibration, as we know Nikola Tesla said. So, healing modalities, like getting people back into alignment, for example, with your DNA strands. Your DNA, everyone's DNA has its own tune. And there's one modality right there. You can tune people back into alignment. Their consciousness and their genetics back into alignment by tapping into their exact frequencies. I've got way too much blush on. Taking notes, bro. You're so funny, my guy. I see you out there with your meditation content. I'm like, yep, that's my brusky. That's my brusky. He gets it. Tuned in to the truth. To the truth.
Was there anybody over at Nana's that you could see?
Oh, shoot. That's awesome. Yeah, definitely start posting some of your content, bro. So that content needs to be seen. To be seen and heard. Time to remove my sticker. Yeah. I feel like the 11 is something that people can notice your age first when you have the 11 mark, which I'm like, ugh, that's why I like cannot with the 11. I cannot. Let me just dial into these precision brows right there. Oh shoot. Look at that. Would you look at that? Would you just look at it? Brows on flank. There is something about putting a full beat on that just makes you feel some type of way. I'm like, problems come at me. I got this. There's something about it. There's something. Like, I feel like I could literally heal planet Earth after I put a full beat on. And low-key, I'm doing that slowly but surely, but yeah. To heal all of Earth, it takes a cosmic collective consciousness type vibe, which we're slowly but surely getting there. Even though there is bifurcation with the split Earth, that is happening, guys. No doubt that is happening. Dolores Cannon wrote about that. I still need to finish her book. Like, literally, anyone who wants to understand all the cosmic stuff that's going on, all of Dolores Cannon's books, as you guys already know. A lot of my A1s since day ones know about this, but for anyone not understanding how important Dolores Cannon's books are, they're like literally directly, all of her information is directly from Cosmic Mind, like the best spiritual information you could ever receive. Like a guy getting a fresh cut. Facts, bruh. I usually just cut my hair myself. I don't know. But with men, it is kind of hard to like line things up and get that buzz perfect. For women, it's much easier. It's just like, a lot of times you just go for the trim. Trim it up. My favorite haircut is actually on myself. I feel like I look best with the wolf cut, which is a very particular type of cut. But I look really good with the wolf cut because I have like lighter white girl hair, like thin, you know, European thin. Is it European? I don't know. Speaking of white girl, I recently learned that I have royal blood. However, I'm not sure how cool it is because there's like probably 5 million people that also have this. Like, technically, in my family line is William the Conqueror, which is linked to the current day, same bloodline as the current day monarch. What's his name? The one that came after Elizabeth. Is it Charles? Yeah. So technically, me and Charles, you know, their bloodline and my bloodline are very similar. But I don't know how cool that is because apparently, you know, how generations work, like generations after generations, starting from, what, the 1600s or whatever. I mean, that's like, there's going to be like 5, maybe more million people that have similar bloodline. So I'm like, okay, there's like 5 million people that are have bloodline that dates back into, like royal England and Britain and Normandy and stuff like that. But yeah, so I'm like a part of that bloodline. I'm like, oh hell yeah, but I don't know how cool that is. William the Conqueror was literally on my chart. I'm like, oh snap, I want to read all his books, all books about that guy. Apparently he was pretty badass, a Banff. Yeah, so y'all are speaking to royalty. Bow down. Just kidding. They watching you. Who's they, bruh? Cosmic Mind is watching, which is, you know, anyone can watch anyone at any time with remote viewing. But yeah, isn't that freaking cool? I'm like, yeah, I'm freaking cool. Like, no one can tell me shit anymore because I'm freaking royal. No. Pardon my language. Yeah. Okay, I'll talk to you soon. Have the best, most blessed day ever. Bye. Alright, y'all, Kylie Cosmetics. Little dab. Kylie, if you're watching this, call me. What do we think, guys? Is my makeup slaying? Is it slaying or what? Keep in mind, I have literally no beauty filter on. So hopefully that natural beauty is just shining through because Lord help. There we go. The inner corner just really does it for me. It's giving. It's giving. Put a little on the sides, you know? Both sides of my pendulum here. Ooh, what do we think? I need my trusty dusty chameleon. My Chameleon Wet n Wild, as y'all already know, just seals the actual deal. Seals the cosmic deal. Recently, Dr. Stephen Greer said something on one of his podcasts. I believe it was podcast 20 about the art of the cosmic deal. How President Trump needs to literally like negotiate higher tactics with getting the transnational crime organization under control. I'm like, yep, give us that art of the cosmic deal. Let's go. Kind of getting crazy with it. Crazy with it. I look a little tired. Chanel bags. Chanel. Here it is. This literally helps so much. Just like brightens the under eye. I hope you guys liked that little segment on Cosmic Mind, and I hope that helps someone like kind of understand more so what the heck is going on with life, this never-ending cosmic holographic reality that we all decide to live in together. I feel like especially it can be so easy these days to have like existential crises, especially if like billionaires probably have existential crises because they're like, oh, I've done everything within the modern 3D world that says, oh, this is what success looks like where else can I be successful in life? And is this the end? Is this just it? Like I did what I was supposed to do and now that's it? There's like no purpose. Well, there actually is purpose, and there's a whole bunch of it. much beyond the financial purposes of the 3D that we currently have in our reality. Like, it goes much further beyond into the unknown. The unknown is endless, guys. That's the beauty of it. The unknown is endless. So even if we think we've gotten to a specific degree of success, whatever that means within your own specified culture, time and place, there's still endless things beyond that. Why? Because Cosmic Mind is endless, because it can keep creating anything it wants, to include other dimensions. Like, things get created that need to be created. Wild to think about. Yeah. I'm thinking my look is pretty much done. So yeah, y'all, I think I'm gonna leave it at that. Please pop into the comments your questions, comments, concerns on Cosmic Mind. But with that, I bid you guys farewell. Peace, love, and light. Bye!